first hole here at Steyn City is almost 400 yards. For the long hitters, it's drivable. At 30 yards downhill and at serious altitude, the ball goes miles here. But we've got two options. We can play down the right to a level shelf with a 3-wood or a hybrid, leaving a lob wedge in, or we can hit driver straight at the green. Now, there's a couple of things down there, one of them being a ditch on the left full of water. So if we bail out down the right, it leaves a really fiendish shot from a swale to a tight right flag. But if you get it right on the middle of the green, you can start the day with an eagle chance. The goal on this first hole for the layup is to hit these two flat ridges. One's at 270, one's about 300 yards but severely downhill. If we can find these flat areas, it means you've got a lob wedge from a flat lie into a nice biggish green. But if you miss it and find these steep slopes, you're hitting a lob wedge off a down slope, which is going to skip hard, and it's really hard to get close to these flags. So the guys who hit driver are going to be trying to land it on this down slope and feed it into the front of the green. But it is very tight to the water you can see coming all the way down the left. If you bail out from that and don't commit to your target, you're going to be left over here, which is below the level of the green. These right-hand flags are going to be a fiendish up and down. But if you get it right, stick to your target and execute, you're going to be putting for eagle 2. The fifth hole here is a par 4, 364 yards in length. For the long hitters, it's absolutely no problem. They'll be reaching it all day. But the water is at 315 yards, and at this altitude, if you misstrike the driver, you won't be carrying it. If you do take it on, middle of the green is obviously perfect. The left-hand bunker, that's the place to miss if you're going to miss it. It's a simple up and down into the middle of the green. If you don't want to take on the risk, you can lay up down the fairway about 240 yards and leave yourself a simple wedge into the green. As far as layups go, this is pretty easy. It's almost 100 yards wide. But ideally, if you can push a little bit further down the fairway and bring in a little bit of the water and this bunker, but just short, it leaves you a flat lie with pretty much a lob wedge into the green. The pins are tucked tight here, so even with a lob wedge, it's not easy to get close, but middle of the green will not leave you far away. 360 yards off the tee will find you here in the heart of the green. As you can see, it's pretty sloped back right to front left. If you bail out over here on the right, this leaves you a really awkward shot back down the slope. Any pin on the right is a really hard up and down, almost impossible. But even these on the left, down slope, off a down slope lie, is really hard. If you bail out in the correct place, you'll find yourself in this bunker. As you can see, it's below the level of the green, going back up the green. It's a relatively simple up and down. If you come out of this hole without a 3, you're going to be disappointed.